everybody. Hope everybody's doing really well today. I am here to do my August 2022 wrap up. I have to say, not ready for fall, but that's a separate conversation. So in August, I colored a total of 20 images, and it was in 11 different books. So definitely a solid coloring month, not as great as July, but still 20 images is fabulous. So I wanted to share everything with you today, and per usual, everything is linked down below. The first book that I colored in is Lady Spring by an assortment of artists. I did get this off of Etsy, and I have done a full flip on my channel because I haven't really seen too many people color in this book, but I absolutely love it. So I did it one image, and it was from Karolina Kubikowska, I believe is how you say her name. But the image looks like this, and I had so much fun. Like, honestly can't even put into words. This was my first ever Karolina page, and I'm already looking into buying her books just because I really enjoyed this. So parts of it are based in the Crayola Colors of the World markers. So the markers that have like various skin tone shades. So parts of this are based in that, and then with brute funners on top, and certain parts are just straight up brute funners. So the two little creatures, adorable little creatures here, are based in the Crayola marker. Her skin, her hair, these pinkish flowers, a little bit of the mushrooms, like the top. I've of course added it more red, but the base of that is in the water-based markers, so there is no bleed through. So yeah, I mean, I just had so much fun. I think her face is a bit too streaky for my liking, but that was, you know, me still kind of experimenting with the water-based markers and trying to learn how to use them without making them be streaky. So that was not on the markers, it was mostly on me. But I love this page, and it's called Nature is Queen. And because she does like the hashing technique, I felt like I could be a little bit more, not messy, but experimentative with my coloring and stuff. So absolutely adore it. I don't think there's any gel pen in here. I think it's just, yeah, pencil. So really enjoyed working on this, and I want to do another one of her pages. They're definitely interesting. I don't want to say weird, but it's just her art style, and I think it's so cool. So yeah, if you are interested in this book, check out my full flip. Just because there's such a variety of artists in here that, you know, just because you like the Karolina pages doesn't mean you'll necessarily like the rest of the book. And then this is from June. So love this book. The paper is, I don't know if you could hear that. That's some thick paper. So this is a great book. The shipping is a wee bit expensive, but in my humble opinion, it was worth it. From there, I moved on to my Camellia Angelkova 50 diminutive countryside scenes. I've also been reaching for this book much more than I honestly expected to, so love that. I did one image in here, and it's just brute funners. And I see these images as like easy coloring, so I had just finished the page I just showed you, so I wanted something a bit more simple, so I worked on this one, and I like it. I first tried using markers in here and then coloring with pencils on top, and honestly I wasn't liking the finished product, so now I just use pencils in here. Super duper easy coloring, and actually a lot of the colors in here are also the same pencils I was using in the previous image. I already had the pencils out, so I was like, I might as well. So yeah, I really like it, and I think I've done 4 images in here now. So yeah, this was from last month. Really liked that one too. So really lovely book. I'm waiting for her to come out with something fall themed. I know she just did the 50, as it was a 50 countryside or seaside, something like that. I'm not really a water beach person, so I shall not be picking up that one. But if she does something fall themed, I'll probably get it. And then, actually, I think this was earlier in the month, but I whipped out my Coloring Heaven Fairy Story Special. This book does not get enough love in my collection. I think it's adorable. And all the 40 images are by Francesca Atanasio. And I did a Cinderella page. I zoomed in just a wee bit, but I did a Cinderella page and I really enjoyed it. I have a weird obsession with coloring pumpkins, so I was able to get that out of my system with these pumpkins and then just kind of winged it with the rest. There is gel pen, my beloved metallic gel pen. Like, do you see that? Like, yes, please. There's also some of the gel pen on the side. There's a little bit of blue glitter pen up here on the label, a little bit of pink in the flower. So I did try to sprinkle in a little bit of metallic and glitter. This metallic gel pen, fabulous. It is this bad boy. It's the Edding 2185. I have them in a pack with like various colors. I will link it down below because they're absolutely amazing. The silver and the gold are my favorite, but I also have a few other colors. But yeah, that's what that is. So beautiful. And yeah, I definitely want to color more in here. I like Fabiana's art style. And I think this magazine is a great way to kind of get a little bit of her fairy tale books that she did, because she did that whole series without having to try and find them, because I know it could be a bit of a challenge to find certain ones. But this is my second page out of here ever, so definitely need to step it up. Oh yeah, this is the only other one I did, and it was last year, so almost a year ago, I think. Yeah, it was November last year. So this book is fabulous. I did get this off of their Etsy, just because it's not sold in stores in Germany. So I'm still trucking along in my 50 Stylish Mandalas by Camellia, in the hopes of finishing it within the next couple of months. So I did, I think, either 5 or 6 this month. So I did quite well. I just go in order because frankly, I like them all. So I believe this one was just me grabbing markers. So I don't think this was a dedicated color palette, but it's 100% marker. There's no gel pen. This purple dyed, so that's why you don't really see much of it on the outskirts. I think one of the other colors was also dyeing. Basically, my alcohol markers are on their last leg, which is good because I'm using them up. But yeah, so sometimes the mandalas get a little tricky when the markers just start to perish. Then did this one. I also don't think this was a dedicated color palette. I think I just snagged markers. I could be wrong, but I really like it. It's also 100% alcohol markers. Mandalas like this, they're a little bit more detailed, can be a little harder to do with just alcohol markers, but it depends on the markers, I guess, because like I said, a lot of my markers are really not in a good stage at this point. So they're not too juicy, so they're less likely to bleed outside the lines. They of course still do, like there's still bleeding in here, but it's not as bad as if it was like a fresh set of markers. So really like that one. This one was also me just trying to make use of my leftover markers. This one does actually have gel pen as well. I hope it's picking up the blue. This is part of, I don't know, a set of gel pens I got off of Amazon. I think it's like off-brand. I don't even know. But also trying to go through all of my gel pens. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. But The color palette, the mandala itself I like. The color palette, not my fave. One that I did actually really like was this one. And can you tell that the orange was dying? Oh yeah, that's why I didn't use it very much, because it was not doing well. But I incorporated it as much as I could. Then there is the pink gel pen. Let's see if you can see that. But yeah, also from the same set as the blue gel pen on the previous image. As you can see, or maybe not, there's yellowing from this page. It happens in this book because of a set of alcohol markers that I have, and honestly, I don't care. It's fine. But something about like the oranges and the pinks and the purples I just love. And I love the dark blue in here too. So, and this is the 41st mandala. So I have done 42. This one I really like. So in here, something definitely died. Oh yeah. Initially because I start on the center and then I work my way out. So I was using metallic silver. I think you can definitely see that. Metallic silver pen. And I was also using like a gray alcohol marker. So I wanted the contrast of the metallic versus the matte. And then of course the marker died like really early in the process. So like here, it's still happening there and then it doesn't. So when that happened, I ended up bringing in the metallic blue pen, or the glitter blue pen, because initially that wasn't part of my color palette. Well, it wasn't one of my initial choices, but it was just not doing well. And then also the blue marker in here didn't make it past that circle. So I ended up bringing in the blue pen. So just winging it. But isn't that metallic so shiny? Oh, I think it's stunning. So really, really like this one. So this is 42nd mandala. So I have 8 more to go and then I'll be done with this book, which is so exciting. So I'll definitely finish it. I don't know about in September, but definitely in October she will be done. And realistically, I'll probably purchase this book again because I really, really like the images in here. And then moving on to the color by number section of this video. I worked in 2 George Tufex's books this month. The first one is Around the World, and this is the newest of his books in my collection. So let's see where it is. And I picked this page, which is Santorini in Greece. I don't know why. I have never been to Santorini or Greece actually, but something about the colors just caught my eye and I figured why not? So I use a combination of various markers in here, some alcohol, some water-based, as you can see. Well, probably not really, but yeah, it was really relaxing. I enjoy his books. They're definitely much more detailed than a regular color by number book, but I find that kind of like a challenge and actually super relaxing as well to try and hunt down all of the various colors. So overall, I've done a couple of pages in here. I want to say this is probably my least colored in book from him, but I'm not fully sure. I don't know. Sometimes I keep tallies, but I guess I haven't kept tally on this one yet. But yeah, really like this book. I think he just had one come out. I could be wrong, but I love his stuff. Absolutely love his stuff. So then I also colored in Country Scenes by George Tufexis. And in this book, I just go in order. So let's see where I'm at. So this was the next page in the book. And I feel like I ruined the bear. I was trying to highlight his features and I made him look a little nutty. Look at him. Where you see him? Look at that smile. That poor bear. Well, I didn't want for him to have no face, right? So I was like, hey, I'm just gonna draw in his features. he's just extra happy and extra weird. But the page is done. I had a lot of fun. It was definitely heavy on the greens and the blues, but that's okay. And yeah, this is the 5th page in the book. And then I also did the 6th. And since I'm going in order, I didn't really care that this is definitely a more autumn book page, but I guess it's also fitting with autumn starting. It's getting a little chillier here. I'm actually wearing a sweatshirt for the 2nd day in a row, so fall is in the air. I actually also saw pumpkins being sold at the store yesterday, so it's officially happening. So I didn't really care that this was more of an autumn page. I still really enjoyed it. This actually really reminds me of like New Hampshire and Vermont, you know, northern New England, where we do have the really bright foliage in the fall. So this kind of just brought me back to, you know, being in New Hampshire and seeing the leaves change and having to drive behind a bunch of tourists, because we actually have a lot of folks that come to go leaf peeping and they tend to drive very slowly. So that was always a big pain point for all the local residents. But a little side note. But yeah, really like this page. So I've done 6 pages in this book so far, and the next one will look like this. I don't think I've gone, yeah, I don't think I've like done anything in the middle. So 6 pages done in this beauty. And then I, of course, worked in my Buddies by Hatchet Heroes. I love a good pixel book. That's not a secret. So I did, I think, 2 images. And honestly, wasn't a big fan of either image this month, because I'm not really too familiar with the movies or the cartoons, whatever you want to call them, that these images are from. So I think this is like something to do with a dinosaur. Yeah, I don't know. Also, some of the descriptions in the back are in French. So yeah, I don't know. Something about a dinosaur. This was a super easy one to do because the color palette was quite straightforward. And then I also don't know this one, but I pick images based on the color palettes. So yeah, it is what it is. I don't know this one. 37 Baymax. Yeah, I don't know. But really like this book. I think I'm close to 50% done. Am I not? I could have sworn I had a tally going somewhere. I love me a good tally if you can't tell. Yeah, so I have done 16 and there are 40 images. Okay, so I'm not 50% done, but I am slowly getting there and would love to finish this book in the next couple of months. The hard thing is that, as I've mentioned many times in this video alone, is that my markers are really not doing too well at the moment, and I don't want to buy a new set because I'm moving. So it's getting a little hard to pick images in here because of the color palettes and me just not having the shades. But I'm doing my best. I'm working on it. And if I don't finish it, I will probably just bring it with me on the move. But we will see about that. But yeah, really like this pixel book. I would love to pick up more of them once I am settled back in the US. So oldie but a goodie, and another oldie but a goodie is my Party Patterns by Belba Family. Also, I want to say I'm close to the half mark. Okay, so there are 30 images. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm exactly 50% done with this book. So I did this page, not realizing that it was going to be kind of Christmassy. That's fine. 31. I don't know let's see what the title of this one was. Choose Yours. I guess it's like choose your gift. I don't know. But yeah, I really liked it. I like that it's bright and vibrant and just makes me happy. I think I substituted some of the colors with like something else just because I wasn't really enjoying their color selection, but no one cares or notices, basically. Then another Christmassy one. I don't know why I was on a Christmassy gift-centric mood in August, but I was. So I think I also subbed some of the colors in here. But I actually really enjoyed doing this black outline. You don't see that very often in their images, but it was nice. Again, another pixel book. Love me pixel books. And then I think this one was my favorite from the month just because it was so vibrant and so fun. So I obviously did the dot method on the actual lollipop and then just a cross method around. You know, sometimes that can be a little bit difficult because you don't know what the image is going to be. I mean, on some you can tell, but not on everything. But I was able to figure this one out. You know, I cracked the code, so I was able to tell where the dots should be and where the crosses should be. So that's a fun one. I think it was like Sweets Party or something like that for this one. Let's see. 47, Sweet Party. I was close. So this book is so lovely. Oh my gosh. I have finished one of their books before, Pixel one. It was like Happy Mandala or something like that. Adored that book. I want all of their books in this style because they're just so nice. Love it. Do they have just a separate Christmas one in the Pixel? I can't recall, but if they do, you know I'll be getting it this year. And then in my Mystery Mosaic Color by Number Colorful Life by, who is this by? I feel like they hide the name and I don't know why. Sunny Publishing. So I haven't seen this book on anybody else's channel, so I was a little worried when I first picked it up and I'm like, is this like a knockoff? Like, what is happening? But I've really enjoyed this book so far, and you can tell what the images are. The color palette is like consistent and makes sense, so no complaints from me. And I'm just going in order, so I'm on the 4th page and it turned out like this. So I think it's one of their, yeah, it's this image here. So they do like a black outline on most things and then, you know, you color it in. So I really like it. I think I've only done the cross method in here so far. Yeah, I've only done the cross. But you can obviously do the dot. You can color everything in. Yeah, I'm not really sure why more folks are not talking about this book because it was not expensive. Like, this was not a pricey book. And the images are cute. I really enjoy the process. The color palette is on the side. Like, it's consistent. So I personally would recommend this book. You know, for the price and how adorable the images are, zero complaints from my side. And then I worked in the Harry Potter Spiroglyphics by Thomas Pavitt. As a heads up, this was not a success story. I use gel pens in these books, and quite often they will like die halfway through or they're almost empty anyways. So I go through multiple gel pens in the same image. And then this image just combined with the array of colors that I used, brace yourself, because she's a mess. I mean, at first I didn't know what this image was. They do have the solutions in the back, but I never looked them up. And I just go in order. And then once I got to like the jack teeth, I'm like, oh, like, who is this? And then I was like, oh, it's Voldy. So it's not pretty, but it's done. But yeah, I finished 1, 2, 3, 4 gel pens in here. It's not a favorite of mine, but it's fine. I'm just gonna flip to a different page so you don't have to look at that anymore. So last month I did Snape, and you can also see it's 2 different gel pens. It works for me. I really enjoy using gel pens in here in case there's like finer areas, but this book does eat the gel pens up, or, you know, spiroglyphics in general. But yeah, so I apologize for exposing you to Voldy of 4 different shades of gel pen, but he's done. He is done. Love Thomas Pavit. I'm waiting for another book from him. Like, I don't think he's released anything since this one, at least in the spiroglyphic style, and he needs to because he's amazing. And then another oldie by goodie in my videos basically every single month since I started my channel. It's the Disney Princesses Dots, Waves, Lines, Spirals coloring book. I am more than halfway done in this book, which is amazing. I do have a work in progress in here at the moment as well, but I did this one, and look at that, the gel pens died. Who would have thought? But a good Rapunzel page, and I think she's shiny. Oh yeah, she is shiny. But yeah, also gel pens are fabulous in this book. And then I did another one, which I also think was Rapunzel. Yeah. So obviously I don't know what the image is going to be before I color it. With like the dots, you can easily tell, but with the spiroglyphics, you can't. So I wasn't intentionally trying to have a Rapunzel themed month, but it just happened. So really enjoyed this one. I finished this one last night. And then the whip that I'm working on, he actually uses the same gel pen. Don't know where it is. It's somewhere in this book, but yeah, I really enjoy this coloring book. I hope to finish it soon. I am more than halfway done, so I do definitely have tallies on this one. So I have done 36 images in here out of 52. So definitely more than halfway done. And it'll be great to finish it sometime soon. I also did a tally on like of each style, how many I have left. So I finished the spiral yesterday, so that was me kind of scratching it out. So I'm glad I don't have too many dot ones because those are actually my least favorite. But definitely mostly waves and spirals. But this book is amazing. It is beat up. It's traveled with me. It's been to multiple countries. It's been in multiple beach bags. So she's beat up, but it's a great book. But yeah, that's actually it. Those are the 20 images in the 11 books. If I had to talk about my favorite, it would definitely be let me pull it up. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to fit it in a frame because I had adjusted the camera, but it's the Lady Spring picture. Just because I had so much fun and I just love the finished product of it. So that is my wrap up for August. I am now covered in glitter gel pen. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.